Many archaeological finds carry many mysteries. Some of the discoveries from our past, however, seem to raise more questions than answers. In today's episode, we'll bring you some of these fascinating cases. I invite you to watch. A woman among men. There is a burial ground in northern France where the remains of many Stone Age men and only one woman have recently been found. These people were buried in a monumental ancient cemetery about 6.5 thousand years ago. However, what puzzles archaeologists about this discovery to this day is not the mere presence of one woman among many men, but the fact that she was the only person in this place who was buried with a gun. She had arrowheads with her. Experts are not sure what this burial could mean. Why was this woman buried with many men? Perhaps she was the lady with her slaves or bodyguards. And if so, why weren't any of her men armed to protect her? Or was the woman a warrior who protected her tribe? It is possible that she was perceived as a man by her kin. Perhaps the act of burying her with her gun would symbolically make her a man and give her the right to be buried next to other men. Rock paintings. This collection of rock petroglyphs, Gavestone in Azerbaijan, is really huge, and some experts believe that it may be the oldest work of art ever found. They date back over 40,000 years. In a way, you can look at it as something of an art gallery that traces the history of humanity in this part of Eurasia from the Paleolithic era to the Middle Ages. It is impossible to fully determine how many individual works of art are actually here because experts say that not all of them have been found yet. However, it is safe to say that at the moment there are at least 6,000 of them. Many of the pieces are little more than primitive drawings of plants and animals, but there are also quite a few depictions of people doing various activities. Believed to be the first archaeologist to properly document Gavestone was the Norwegian adventurer Thor Heyerdahl. He discovered this place in 1981. Years later, he returned there 4 times. In 2000, he stated that at least some of the artwork at the site was created by the Vikings. However, not all experts share these theories. The Colossus of Rhodes was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and one of the greatest sculptural achievements ever done by man. The fact that this sculpture no longer exists is a great civilizational loss. Historical records tell us that the Colossus was a representation of Helios, the Greek god of the sun, and once stood in the city of Rhodes, on the Greek island of the same name. The exact place where it was located is the subject of fierce debate among historians and remains unknown to this day. The sculpture was designed and built by the sculptor Chares of Lindos in 280 BC to celebrate Rhodes's successful defeat of the army of Demetrius Poliorcetes after a year-long siege. The alleged height of the Colossus was 92 meters, which is about the same as the Statue of Liberty. Only 54 years after its construction, the Colossus fell over in an earthquake. Only fragments of it have survived. Some sources say that it was ordered to be rebuilt later, but other sources dispute these suggestions. In 653, Arab forces first took Rhodes and then destroyed what was left of the statue. Hollywood Stone. The name Hollywood Stone sounds like something you'll see in California's famous Hollywood. Nothing could be more wrong. This artifact is located in County Wicklow, Ireland. This is where the town is located, which is also called Hollywood. In 1908, a boulder known as the Hollywood Stone was discovered there. The stone is made of granite. It is about 120 centimeters high and 90 centimeters wide. It has an engraved maze pattern on it. Based on the style of this design, historians believe that it was influenced by Christian traditions, and it was probably made in the Middle Ages. However, this cannot be said for sure, as dating is basically impossible for stones, and part of the pattern itself was chipped at some point in history. The moment people found and moved this stone from its original location, they forever buried any chance of finding out what the artifact was and what it meant. Pot. This is one of only 2 artifacts we've been able to find that were made to this design. The ancient Romans used ceramic pots for almost everything. They used them to store and transport grain, wine, bread, and money. However, as it turns out, they also kept human waste in them. The Romans also used ceramic pots as portable toilets. This unpleasant archaeological project ended in February 2022. A team of experts analyzed the crusty material found on the surface of ceramic pots found on the grounds of a 5th century Roman villa in Sicily. Under the microscope, the shell was found to contain the remains of intestinal parasites. Scientists have also identified whipworm eggs there, which is unequivocal evidence that there was human waste in the ceramic vessel. The eggs of this parasite clung to the inside of the pots for over 5,500 years. They were immersed in layers of minerals that had formed on the surface of the pot. It's interesting how often archaeologists will come across this type of smelly find. Empty sarcophagus. The next discovery was made in Turkey. It was there that municipal workers accidentally found a strange-looking ancient sarcophagus during new excavations in March 2021. It is made of marble and measures 10 centimeters in height, 270 centimeters in length, and 365 centimeters in width. So far, it has not been possible to determine how old the sarcophagus is. Some researchers estimate that it was created several thousand years ago. The tomb is badly damaged, so unfortunately, the inscriptions on it are illegible. The sarcophagus is divided into several parts and seems to have had a separate head container. It's a project that archaeologists have never encountered before and aren't quite sure what to do with it. They can definitely say one thing: the sarcophagus was completely empty, which begs the question, why was it buried underground at all? Or was it some kind of symbolic funeral? Or maybe someone robbed this grave thousands of years ago but left the sarcophagus? Unfortunately, we will probably never get answers to these questions. First wheel. This strange wooden wheel was found near the swamps of Ljubljana. It is the oldest man-made object of this shape that we have been able to find. This does not mean, of course, that this wheel was the first wooden wheel ever made. The artifact was found in the Ljubljana marshes in Slovenia in 2002. Radiocarbon dating tests conducted in Vienna showed the wheel to be about 5,150 years old. No wonder the swamp where they were found is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, the wheel was not the first historical artifact found in the swamps of Ljubljana. Previously, fragments of old houses on stilts were discovered there, which were recovered in the late 19th century. The region is believed to have been inhabited by humans for at least 9,000 years. Probably the wheel was one of 2 and was used to drive a prehistoric 2-wheeled cart, which was supported by the fact that they were found together with the axle. The axle is made of oak, and the wheel itself is made of ash. Similar designs have been seen on other not-so-old wheels recovered from sites in Switzerland and Germany. This is the first direct evidence that the creation of the wheel could have taken place simultaneously in Europe and Mesopotamia. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notifications about the latest episodes. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye!